In the quiet town of Ravenswood, nestled between dense forests and mist-covered hills, there stood an old and ominous hospital known as St. Agnes Asylum. The hospital's dark history had long been buried beneath layers of secrecy, and its crumbling facade concealed the horrors. One stormy night, the wind howled through the twisted branches of ancient trees, and thunder echoed ominously in the distance. Dr. Jonathan Harris, a renowned psychiatrist, received an urgent call from Agnes Asylum. A young girl named Emily, admitted for severe psychiatric issues, had become increasingly violent and uncontrollable. As Dr. Harris entered the hospital, he felt an unsettling chill that seemed to seep into his very bones. The flickering lights overhead cast eerie shadows on the cracked walls, and the air was thick with an otherworldly tension. The nurse at the front desk greeted him with a hushed tone. "Doctor, you need to see Emily. It's not just her mind that's troubled. Something else is at play." Dr. Harris, though skeptical, followed the nurse through dimly lit corridors. The silence was broken only by distant whispers and the occasional creaking of floorboards. As they reached the door to Emily's room, the nurse hesitated, her eyes. "Please be careful, doctor. There's something not right about her." Upon entering the room, Dr. Harris was met with a sight that sent shivers down his spine. Emily, a frail girl of 13, sat motionless on her bed, her vacant eyes staring into the abyss. The room was cold, even though the heating system was on, and an oppressive energy hung in the air. "Emily, it's Dr. Harris. Can you hear me?" he inquired, but there was no response. It was as if she was trapped in a trance, disconnected from the world. Dr. Harris decided to delve into her troubled mind, hoping to find the root of her torment. As he delved into Emily's subconscious, he was confronted with nightmarish visions, a desolate landscape shrouded in perpetual darkness, twisted figures that lurked in the shadows, and a haunting melody that echoed through the void. The further he delved, the more he sensed an ancient malevolence that had taken hold of Emily's soul. Suddenly, Emily's eyes snapped open, revealing an unnatural glow. A guttural voice emanated from her, a voice that seemed to echo from the depths of hell itself. "You dare enter my domain, mortal," it hissed, sending shivers down Dr. Harris's spine. Stunned, he stammered, "Why, who are you?" "I am the darkness that dwells within her. I am the ancient force that feeds on her despair," the voice declared, sending a wave of terror through the room. Dr. Harris, torn between reason and fear, demanded answers. "What do you want?" The malevolent force chuckled, a sound that resonated with malice. "I hunger for the suffering of the living. I have found a vessel in this fragile girl, and through her, I shall unleash chaos upon the world." Determined to free Emily from the clutches of this demonic entity, Dr. Harris sought the help of Father Michael, a priest known for his expertise in exorcisms. Together, they embarked on a harrowing journey to confront the ancient evil that had taken residence within the asylum. As they delved deeper into the hospital's dark history, they discovered a series of unspeakable experiments conducted by a deranged doctor decades ago. The experiments aimed to open a gateway to the other side, unleashing forces beyond human. Emily, it seemed, had become the unintended vessel for one of these malevolent entities. The hospital, a breeding ground for supernatural energies, had become a nexus between the living and the dead. Father Michael and Dr. Harris faced increasingly disturbing phenomena, apparitions of tormented souls, phantom cries echoing through the halls, and the ever-present feeling of being watched by unseen eyes. As they approached the final confrontation, the malevolent force within Emily grew more powerful, manifesting in terrifying ways. Objects levitated, the temperature plummeted, and demonic symbols appeared on the walls. Father Michael, armed with ancient rituals and unwavering faith, prepared for the exorcism that would determine the fate of Emily and the town of Ravenswood. The climactic night arrived, and the air crackled with dark energy. Father Michael began the exorcism, reciting ancient prayers and commanding the entity to leave Emily's body. The room trembled, and Emily convulsed, her voice shifting between anguished cries and guttural growls. The battle between good and evil raged on, transcending the physical and entering the realm of the supernatural. Dr. Harris, witnessing the cosmic struggle, felt a surge of courage and empathy for Emily. He joined Father Michael in the exorcism, channeling his own inner strength to confront the malevolent force. As the exorcism reached its climax, a blinding light enveloped the room. The demonic entity unleashed a final, desperate scream before being banished back to the abyss from whence it came. Emily, now free from the entity's grip, collapsed onto the bed, her eyes returning to their natural state. The hospital, once shrouded in darkness, seemed to sigh in relief. The oppressive energy lifted, and the long-buried secrets of St. Agnes Asylum began to fade into the shadows. The town of Ravenswood, unaware of the supernatural battle that had unfolded, returned to its quiet and seemingly normal existence.